Hello everyone. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a good one. I saw this guy and I was just reminded of somebody mentioned in a stream that there was somebody had managed to bring back a bunch of these guys, though they don't seem to be doing much. So, that's something. Yeah, so this week I want to do, well, I don't know. I want to do just like one mission, just hyper-focus on one topic, I guess, and see where we try and do things fast, try and keep things under 30 minutes, maybe. Maybe just have no cuts. Good lord. Yeah, so, I don't know, there's not too much to talk about. Like, you know, I don't know. I did see a thing. I think, like, I don't know, I think I've been kind of, unenthused with Star Citizen as of late. Just because, like, there is Star Citizen the game, and there's Star Citizen development, and I've probably been actually much more... Oh, that's fun. I've probably been more hyper-focused on Star Citizen development more than the game itself, which is certainly a thing. Yeah, we could take the Vulture out, actually, that's fine.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following locations. Visitors again.
Non-zero chance that there's gonna be ships to salvage. So, you know. I know that my Spirit has some snacks on it, so some new Babbage exclusive snacks on it, so I want to try and keep those in check. On a completely other note, random note, could you imagine having a Whammers in our corp? Oh my god. That'd be awesome. Anyway, yeah, so I saw something like the release figures, or the funding figures for this year, and so far they've been better than, like, you know, we're only a few months in. A lot of things can change, but so far, it's been the best year ever. Which, like, honestly seems like it's not really that crazy of a thing for Star Citizen, it just kinda keeps on keeping on. I don't know why I can't climb up that ladder, and I don't know what hope I have of climbing up this ladder, but okay, apparently that worked. But yeah, so I think there's a legitimate thing to be said there. I mean, Star Citizen is a very playable game right now, but just like, I don't know. I think part of my thing is that I just want there to be I just want to oh, good lord. I just want to be able to log on, play, and feel like I'm making progress, but not necessarily... Like, I don't know, having the goal of buying an 890... I mean, is good, just like... I don't know, it's just a lot of grinding. It's just a lot of mercenary grinding, because that's the one thing I'm mostly interested in. And like, yeah, I don't know. And it's like a solid enough loop, but it's also like, I really wish there was crafting. And I'm sure that when there's crafting, I will probably actually get bored of it, no matter how good or bad it is. But, I don't know. Right now, yeah. And the thing is, one important thing is that, yeah, like, one of the things that Star Citizen Funding goes well. Funding goes well when they make releases. Not necessarily ship sales, although usually the ship sales, there are ship sales for every release. And that certainly is a thing, but it's usually when there's interesting stuff going on. So, in that regard, it's good for funding, it's good for everything, and probably, overall, they're gonna say that, oh yes, year stability, great year. And I don't know. It's, so far, there's definitely, I don't want to say, oh, it hasn't been perfect, as if it, was bad, I still don't care about, I still don't care about Fight for Pyro. They have yet to give me some vested interest. They have yet... Oh, and God, oh my God. The more they talk about the regen crisis, when they talked about the regen crisis in the, thing last week, I know I mentioned, sorry, I'm just can you fucking actually... Can I just have the queue up? I just want to know where I'm at. And not feel like I'm just being forgotten about here. When they were talking about the regen crisis as if stuff was in-game, because, the only thing in-game is the splash screen. And that's a loading screen! That's all there fucking is! And just really feels like the people talking about the game, aren't playing the game, and just feels like there's a disconnect there, and it's what the fuck is actually happening? Yeah. And I don't know. Other than that, my fucking Christ, who the fuck is using the hangar right now? It's taking so fucking long that it won't update. Okay, I'm at 8 minutes on my recording right now, so we'll have to fucking see how long it takes. Okay, so recording is at just after 14 minutes and 30 seconds. So, math. Was that 6.5 minutes? The first one took 1 minute, which means that the rest must have taken, well, maybe not necessarily longer when I was actually counting. Yeah, that's a vibe. On a completely unrelated note, Shy Guys in the Mario game. I don't know, I don't play that many Mario games, really that many first-party Nintendo titles aside from Pokemon, so But oh, which also was sad because I didn't realize in Pokemon Sword and Shield there is a version exclusive gym, and one of the gym leaders has a Shy Guy mask, and I was really looking forward to that, and then that didn't happen, so... Anyways, oh, Shy Guy lore. Shy Guy lore is a thing. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Shy Guy lore. Anyway, yeah. And guess what I was filling those 6.5 minutes with. Where the fuck is Bajini Point? Why can I never find it? god, where is it? There we go. It'd be really nice if they had a different icon for the low Earth, or the orbital stations, but, whatever. Yeah, so what else is there to talk about besides general disappointment? There's, all the Invictus hype. We, have some stuff, aka, we've got, we know the Star Lancer. The Star Lancer is confirmed, is coming out. There's the Asgard, which is, still kind of, still a little bit up in the air, but well, it's still up in the air. We really don't know anything yet. At least as of right now, I don't. There's the Grey Cat MTC, which, yeah, I don't fucking know. Oh, and the Flight Blades, which is a solid I don't fucking know either. So, I guess it's going to be interesting to see how blades work and do stuff, but like, when I'm thinking about, like, the future of ship combat, you also have to consider we still don't have E-warfare. And how the fuck is that supposed to work? And then, like, you're supposed to have blades that are, like, anti-E-warfare and everything. And also, again, like, these are flight blades, so are they AI blades? Are they a different thing? Are they, a subsection of AI blades? Are we going to have flight blades, gunnery blades, component blades? Adult blades? I don't know. Probably not adult blades. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's just maybe like, just you can change around some like flight characteristics and maybe make your ship a little bit more maneuverable or increase the top speed or something, just as a little bonus you can slap on top. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, like, yeah, there could also be potentially things where, like, I would assume that radar stuff would be, and scanning stuff would be, like, they wouldn't be flight blades, but, again, I don't know. Oh, I've also did have the thought of, hey, can I actually, like, salvage? Can I salvage people? And, guess we can try that out.
Shield system is hit.
Where's the... come on. No. It appear to not want to work. That's too bad. It's too bad. Put my landing gear down. Alright, I did. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so, yeah, flight blades. Flight blades for me are just like, they're kind of so out of left field that I'm like, what the why? Why now of all times? And why not hype it up? And, why not talk about it more? Because it does, I guess, like, if there's anything I'm worried about with Star Citizen as of, right now, it's that it does really feel like the video content is just, like, there just isn't as much, and I don't really understand why. And, like, there might be a legitimate reason, but... there might be a very legitimate reason, but I just don't like, I haven't heard CIG say it, and it doesn't matter how much well thought out speculation, like, the community— what the fuck? Are we— and you know, I don't know, maybe this is— what? Are you fucking Jesus? I don't know if this is partially a me problem, but yeah, like, there's some performance issues that are fucking killing me. Very literally, that's just like, what? Why? I'm gonna go salvage these ships real quick, because take advantage of the systems, how they be. I think honestly, probably trying to just throw in or tie in some salvage into my usual gameplay loop probably wouldn't be too bad. Just to make a little bit more cash. But yeah, what else? What else? What else? And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, and I'm not saying the quality of the I'm not saying the quality of the ISCs and SCLs is necessarily, like, decreasing or anything, but just, like, the quantity of it is kind of, in my mind, to a point where it's just like, I mean, they explained why, that, oh, there wasn't as much stuff happening, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just find it very hard to believe. And oh, you know, also speaking of things, okay, so there were some people, I saw some people, like, who were like, I really wish the, I'm still hoping that the Paladin gets released for, Invictus, and I gotta tell you, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely going to be something about it. Like, there's definitely going to be a projector and, you know, a 3D whole projection thing and everything. It's, you know, and I mean, they might talk about its progress, but I don't know if it's been worked on. And that's a very important thing to say. I don't know if it's been worked on, because and I was on board with, like, the monthly reports. Oh, like, you know, if you're, like, people aren't paying attention, they're not paying, you know, people aren't reading the monthly reports and they're missing out. So I went back and checked, because I was like, oh, you know what, I actually can't really remember what they were talking about in the last monthly reports. January and February, they didn't talk about ships at all. Which, like, okay, I mean, like, I don't know, if I wanted to be facetious, if I wanted to be a little bit of a brat, I could just be like, well, I guess they just didn't work on ships for 2 months. Obviously they did, but they didn't say it in the monthly report, which, I mean, in all fairness, is extremely weird, right? Like, that doesn't strike me as the sensible thing to do, even if it is just a little bit of a, you know, an update that it's just like progress continued on these 2 vehicles. And, like, I also really wish they would maybe go into, I don't need a huge amount of detail, but just, like, you know, sometimes you do get little tidbits like, oh, specifically we worked on an unannounced vehicle's HUD, or its NFDs, or the bathrooms or something, you know? I'm just like, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, just a nice little thing to know that it's, like, actually being worked on. To be able to be like, oh, hey. And especially if it's like, if you see, like, 3 months in a row that, hey, this unannounced ship, we worked on this unannounced ship's bathroom, for for 3 months in a row. It's like, what the fuck kind of bathroom does this ship have, you know? And things like that. And it's definitely good. So also I should say, just because yeah, so I don't know what the meta will be, but I can definitely see a Salvage like doing group gameplay and every combat pilot or every combat squadron being backed up by a Salvage squad. You know, and possibly there could be some, you know, salvage and then also repair element to that as well. But like literally, like, this is good money. And last week I was working on doing the 890 missions, which I'm not going to do now because it would take too long. But the 890 missions, oh, we're not going to do under 30 minutes also. But, you know, that's okay. Oh, I have to cut out 6 minutes, so, yeah. Yeah, the 890 missions, holy shit, are you going to get money from those? You could get a pretty good amount of money from them. Oh, it's a terrapin. Okay, I was looking at... I didn't really look too hard at it. I saw the paint job, and just because, you know, just because of the association, I thought it was a spirit. Oh, shit, what? No, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Something's going on, though. But yeah, like I think 24, I want to say, no, I think 12 SCU of RMC is, you know, it varies, of course, but I think it's around 100k, a little over 100k. So like, yeah, I'm not getting a lot here, but, you know, it's a decent haul. And yeah, if you wanted to go super crazy with the 890, yeah, you could make, literally you could probably make $1 million just off of the 890 mission from, I mean, not even doing the 890 mission, although, like, you know, anything helps. But if you were to just salvage an 890 with all the RMC, yeah, but it's gonna take a while, but it's definitely a thing. Can we get to 6? Come on, baby. Can we get to 6 SCU? Come on. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm not gonna go super crazy with it. So. Oh, maybe landing gear would be good. Yeah, so what else? Oh, I guess we do have more stuff we could salvage. What else do we have? We got the, Paladin? Not the Paladin, the Asgard. Alright, so my assumption, my theory, my hope was that the Asgard was going to be the concept ship, it was going to be a medium carrier, which I guess, I don't know what a medium carrier I was hoping it was going to be maybe not Kraken size, but maybe like smaller than the Kraken, but something larger than the Liberator. Something that could hold, you know, something that was a little bit more, you know, focused as a sort of, you know, mobile fighter base or a mobile fighter platform. You know, for like 4 ships or something as opposed to 2. You know, maybe had a little bit more substantial, maybe it was a little bit more substantial on its, you know, defensive equipment. It was kind of more meant as, you know, something of a sort of light squadron or a light fleet, sort of thing. And what does a light fleet consist of? I have no idea. But just the idea of, like, maybe some, like, not super large ships. I don't know what subcapital means, but, like, you know, like, the smaller end of cap ships, you know, something that, like, maybe the largest ship in the fleet, if you're lucky, is a, if you're lucky, the largest thing in the fleet would be, you know, something akin to an Idris. But probably not. But yeah, no, I, like... So I've seen somebody make like a best guess as to what it could be. People are theorizing that it's like just a larger Valkyrie. I don't think that makes sense, and I don't think that's interesting. Like, yes, I guess it makes sense that Anvil would want to make their own version of, you know, their own version of basically the M2. But it also seems like the military would probably be like, yeah. No, the M2's pretty good. The M2's fine. We don't need to spend all the money to, you know, just have Anvil have a competitor for it. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the lore was that, like, the M2 kind of... The M2 was kind of, well, yeah, I don't know. I think the M2 kind of popped out of nowhere. Kind of. Although to that, I don't know, it also would make a lot of sense if there were manufacturers who, you know, if there are manufacturers who... Holy shit. Admittedly, that could have gone better. Admittedly. But yeah. So, I don't know, I just don't think that I mean, for one thing, everybody's mentioned that, like, okay, so why in the hell would, so, like, there's a voice clip, and maybe they literally threw it in just to fuck with everybody. That is totally a possibility. Lovely. Yeah, that's totally a possibility, but, like, they threw a line in. There is a line that leaked that was, you know, that the Anvil Asgard is, you know, to carry the Navy's heavy hitters, and that would not imply ground vehicles. And, I don't know, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, apparently the Navy is just the military or something. And that's not how it actually is in lore, and it seems like it would be a pretty stupid thing to say. at a military, what the fuck? Oh my god. CAG, are we serious here? But yeah, so I'm not, I don't know, I don't care. The only thing I care about, actually, honestly, in complete dead-ass seriousness, kind of excited for the MTC, because it's, there we go, oh thank god. Kind of excited for the MTC, because it's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive, or it's probably gonna be over $60. Hopefully it has a Warbond CCU, and I can continue my CCU chain. Which I don't know what that's gonna lead to, but we'll see. I don't know. So I mean, like, yeah. So I still really don't know. I swapped my Reliant out for an Arrow. Which I kind of want the Reliant back, but also I'm kind of thinking I might never use the Reliant. So I'm like, what, could I just melt that and use that for something else? I guess I could. I could also, you know, just, I don't know. It's also probably some other things I could do. Maybe some more sensible things. Who knows. Alright. Hang on. Oh, I don't know if I can actually break into this. And I don't want to shoot it, because I'm probably going to get a crime stat for that, and that would be no bueno. Yeah. I also got to admit, so there is a, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Crew L4 and Crew L5, both have, you can transfer. Oh wow. Feel bad. Feel bad. But not bad enough to not do it. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any recommendations for what to do. My C1, I really like my C1. And I, like, it's just like, yeah, no, I don't see myself wanting to get rid of that thing. It also has LTI on it. My Reliant used to have LTI on it, and then I upgraded. I moved stuff around and moved that LTI onto the Spirit, so, and my actual game package is a regular Pisces, and I have, I've got the Atlas Geo, which is the start of the CCU chain, the Warp Bond chain, and then I've also got the Medical Pisces, which, yeah, I'm thinking that my upgrade, that my Warbond upgrade could end at a Starlancer. And I think yeah, so like the Reliant and the Reliant and the Medical Pisces would be $120. Which would leave, you know, $250 Or not 250. No. What, 210? Yeah, 210. I think 210 for the Starlancer attack, because it's 330, I think. So, yeah. So, like, there's a few ships that I would need to fill in there, but I think I could probably do that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not, like, I guess I know that the last time I was doing this, or the last time I did Star Citizen Weekly, last time I just stopped doing them, it was like there was a giant, like, I was just completely non-motivated with the game. It was I can't remember. No, it was just like, in general, a lot of hype went down. Videos also weren't getting views, and, well, it is what it is. But yeah. Also, I'm not gonna bother with structural salvage here, because, And also, I'm leaving, like, half of the ship. But I'm not gonna pick it up and do stuff that's silly. Yeah, so... Is there anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. I will say that I really hope that, you know, we're going into month 5 of 12, right? I'm hoping that soon enough we do start hearing more about actual features being worked on. Because obviously the flight blades, I mean, they're a feature. They're definitely a feature. But probably not. They're probably just a component, you know, or maybe technically a subcomponent. And that's not really, like, new, but it's definitely, you know, it might technically be a feature. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's mostly really content, but at the end of the day, it's also probably, you know, not that intensive of a feature or feature work. So, but a feature nonetheless, so, yeah. It would be really, like, if, we'll see, because, I like the spirit, for combat. It's not great for combat, I'm not saying it is, but, like, it works well enough for the sort of low-level stuff I do, and, the low-level PvE I like to engage with. Oh, the filler station's full. Okay, well, let's head off then. So, and literally my only problem with the Reliant is that the handling... Okay, maybe not my only problem. But my main problem, my deal breaker, is that the handling kind of sucks really bad. And it's, like, super inconsistent, feels extremely odd and awkward for... what is allegedly a light fighter probably is going to be reclassified as a medium fighter. You know, it's just so yeah, anyways, we'll see. If you're watching this when it comes out, and general, you know, I stream Star Citizen on Sundays, a bunch of other things on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Twitch.tv/Rylu_. So, yeah, until next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.